Let's get
Are you freaking out?
I was gonna say let's get this over with, but
Uh-huh.
happy Pokemon Day, everybody!
Woohoo,
Woohoo! It's me, Nicolai.
And me, Brian.
It's the Brothers Game Podcast,
Uh-huh.
where we're finally gonna talk about Pokemon again.
Yeah.
Did you miss us?
Because we didn't last time? Wait.
Did we? I forgot.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay, good. We're on brand again.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. I don't listen to our podcast, so
Yeah.
why would I? Yikes.
Well, you don't edit it, so.
That's true. I certainly don't edit it for YouTube.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Speaking of that, we need to talk
We're
about
on
that
what, like
offline.
episode 20 or something of that. That rules.
Yeah.
Let's just get into it.
Yeah.
Today's Pokemon Day, and so
And so there was a Pokemon Presents.
the
where
highly
I am sure that you have nothing but the most exciting
highly
and interesting
anticipated.
information to give us.
You know,
I'm on the edge of my seat.
you should be.
What did they say?
I mean, highly anticipated is an understatement. I think going into this Pokemon Presents. I don't know if you know this, but the internet in general has a habit
Yeah.
of maybe overhyping, maybe
Yeah.
getting expectations a little high. So they made some announcements. Let's just go in order here, shall we? One kind of cool thing, I will say, there's a new Netflix show coming out.
Really? Okay.
Yes, made in Japan. It is a clay sort of ceramic looking stop motion show.
Really? Okay.
It's called Pokemon Concierge, and it's about a boy, I think a human, who's the concierge at a hotel on this island, but the people who stay at the hotel are Pokemon, not people.
Okay.
And the intro just shows like a Psyduck walking on a beach, and it looks very cute.
Okay. So this I have not heard anything about.
Exactly, because it was short and like no one really knows what it's about. So,
Yeah.
and mostly people are just furious instead of
Yeah.
talking about what was actually cool. So there's that. That's something, I guess. Pokemon TCG Classic. Did you hear about this?
No.
Okay. So that is the Pokemon trading card game. Have you heard of that?
Yes. I'm familiar.
So that's a thing Pokemon does sometimes. And it showed off the set that's coming out. It's not like, it's a toy almost. It's like a fancy chess set, but
Okay.
the Pokemon trading card game. So it's like this nice board that folds out. That's where you can play the Pokemon trading card game on.
Yeah.
And like these really premium, like stackable damage counters and like this little thing for coin flipping and the dice and stuff. And it's like really fancy. It's like my $200 Monopoly set I have.
Right.
But the Pokemon trading card game, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It's a
Interesting.
classy, like kind of collectible board game version. And it's going to come with, I think like 6 different decks,
Okay.
including some mostly classic cards. So like the Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise deck from like the base set basically, and stuff like that.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
That's a fun like collector's thing, I guess.
Yeah. Kind of like what you got for Wingspan, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm a fan of fancy board game things, so I'm semi interested in that. So there's that. So that's another thing not a lot of people are talking about.
Yeah.
Because what are people mostly talking about? Pokemon Sleep, baby. Pokemon Sleep. I think it was announced like 3 years ago or something. Long time ago. They like mentioned this. Everyone was like, what is that? And then it was just a meme of, hey, when's Pokemon Sleep gonna come out? And that was like, it was like, I feel like half of the presents was about Pokemon Sleep, like legitimately. Despite that, there's still not like even a hard release date for it, which is hilarious.
Wow.
They have to be working on something in the background. Anyway, they just
I
have to
certainly
be.
hope so,
My
'cause
God, I
good
hope
grief.
so. So very basically, it's an app on your phone. Not surprising. And it is a sleep tracker. So
Okay.
apps like this exist, and I've actually used them in the past. Basically, you turn them on, and you can set an alarm on there and stuff. And you set it face down, your phone face down on your bed or your pillow.
Okay.
And because of how you move and stuff, and it can listen to your breathing if you want it to, it can track your sleep. It can track how well you're sleeping, what type of sleep you're doing, all these things, right? Kind of interesting. And so in this, basically, you're on this island with a Snorlax in the game, okay? The
Okay.
sleeping Pokemon, duh, right? And the way you sleep attracts different Pokemon who sleep in that way. So there's like goofy sleep Pokemon and like dozing Pokemon and so on. So you can collect different Pokemon depending on how well or different styles of sleep you had.
Okay.
Is the idea behind this. They said the point is they wanted a game that made you excited to wake up in the morning, I think is what they said, which is very cute and Japanese. I feel like it just feels
this
very
sounds very
Japanese, doesn't it?
Yes.
Just very gimmicky and weird. But I mean, I'm gonna try it when it comes out, 100%. Like at the same time, and there's a lot of Pokemon Go connectivity, and so I think there's a way to do stuff with that.
Yeah.
Well, with the Pokemon Sleep, they announced a new device also. It's called the Pokemon Go Plus Plus. Literally, that's what it's called.
Wow.
Because they first released the Pokemon Go Plus little thing way back when Pokemon Go was like new.
Yeah.
This is the Plus Plus. Literally, it has plus written out and then a plus sign also. Which is so like Nintendo, like new 3DS, right?
Yeah. Z
New
plus Ultra.
Z, new 3DS XL, Ultra, the 2DS, yeah. And so you can use that for Pokemon Go and Sleep, where you can like just click it when you're going to sleep, and it'll turn your sleep on and stuff. And I think you can like have Pikachu like sing a lullaby and stuff, like a whole thing, so you can sleep
Wow.
next to your Pikachu or whatever. I'm like, okay, I mean, they're sure going for it.
Yeah.
So that's that. That's all of that. Pokemon Sleep is coming out this year. Thank goodness. I mean, we're all at the edge of our seat for it.
Right.
I think the Pokemon Go Plus thing is like $60 or something.
Of course it is.
But of course it is. It's probably really well made, actually.
Oh, I'm sure.
I remember like the Poke Walker from Heart Gold and Soul Silver. When that came out, it was the best pedometer on the market.
Yeah.
Like it way beat out like medical and exercise pedometers at the time, apparently. So they're good at this kind of stuff. So I mean, who knows?
It's because they try way too hard.
Yeah. They're like, let's put a year's effort and R&D into this instead of, a better game. And then, of course, there's updates on the apps. So you had Pokemon Unite and Cafe Remix, which is like a puzzle game, and Pokemon Go, all these things, right? They're always going to mention that. And then the big announcement. Scarlet and Violet DLC. Whoa. That's it.
Yep.
Well, that's it.
Okay,
No, really, that's it.
I saw a weird looking Suicune thing. What was that part?
No, that's part of the DLC and the update. So we will talk about that. But there's plenty to talk about with the DLC because it is cool. But man, there was no mention of a spin-off game of any type. No spin-off games whatsoever. No Legends game, no, new mystery dungeon, nothing like that. No mention of the Nintendo Online with old games. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Which I think kind of shocked everybody.
Yeah.
Because I think that everyone was convinced that was happening. At least getting announced, if not coming out day of the presents and stuff. So, there was some disappointment from myself included
Yeah.
that this was sort of it. But we'll get into it nonetheless. So, you'll look at my notes here. So a Scarlet and Violet update came out today.
Oh, okay.
I think it's 1.2.0, and it has a bajillion bug fixes
Good.
and performance improvements. I played a little today, and I feel like it is better. I feel like I could tell a difference. But I think that'll be more noticeable as you play more and stuff. But what you saw is one of the 2 new Paradox Pokemon that were released today. They're not part of the DLC. They're just, you can get them right now. And so for your game in Scarlet, you will get the Paradox Suicune, which is called Walking Wake, as in like a wake, It is Water Dragon, which is a fantastic type combination, and sort of rare. I think Kingdra and Tatsugiri are the only other water dragons.
And Palkia.
Palkia, that's right. Yep. That's right. I don't like Sinnoh, so
yeah, I know.
I got him. Anyway, very few weaknesses. Good offensive and defensive typing. It has a really cool signature move also that does a lot of damage. So there's that. And then for Violet, there's Iron Leaves, like a leaf. And it's Virizion,
Right.
the Gen 5 legendary. It's Gen 5, right?
Yeah, isn't it? That's
Cobalion and
Cobalion and Terrakion
Yeah.
are all like a trio.
Yeah. So that's cool. It is Grass Psychic. Also insanely strong. So both of they both have unique signature moves that are pretty cool. So and they're available in raid battles is the only way to get them. But they're only 5-star raids, so they're not insanely difficult. Okay. I did lose to it twice today, so I have not gotten Iron Leaves yet.
Yeah.
I did try, but I need to get my team a little better for that. So
your Azumarill wasn't up to par.
Yeah, that doesn't. The typing doesn't work out there. It's a psychic raid.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna try to get my Golden Go to level 100, so I can have a chance, basically.
Yeah.
So, because that'll be good defensively, because it hits insanely hard. It has a physical psychic signature move that just wipes that just one shot my level 100 Salamence, and he's only level 75.
Wow.
This Iron Leaves. So, yeah. Gonna have to be resistant to psychic, basically.
No.
So there's that. They also, if you buy the DLC right now, you can get a Hisuian Zoroark, the normal ghost type. And so I didn't buy the DLC yet, but I was surprise trading just sort of randomly to maybe hopefully get something. And not only did I get a Froakie, which I did not do the Greninja raid, so I'm very glad I got that.
Yeah.
But I also got a Hisuian Zorua that somebody breeded, so
nice.
I already got that, so that's really nice. So the DLC, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's not slated until like fall of this year, which, wow, like that's really far out.
Yeah.
For that to be the only announcement, basically. It's like it's coming in fall. I hope something's coming in between that, but anyway.
Yeah, like what's taking so long?
That's a long time, yeah. But I guess the game was kind of broken, wasn't it? So it is coming in 2 parts, just like Sword and Shields was. It is, however, a lot cheaper. I think it's only 30 or 35 for both, instead of like 50, which I think it was for Sword and Shields. The first one's the teal mask. The second is the indigo disc. And they're both headed by 2 new legendaries. The teal mask legendary is called Ogrepon, and he's like a little foresty, kind of reminds me of Skull Kid from Majora's Mask a little bit.
Okay.
And he has like a mask that he like hides himself with, like a forest spirit, and he seems like a little trickster. So So that's part of the Teal Mask DLC, and that looks amazing. It is basically you're taking a school trip to Japan, basically,
Yeah.
and it's like during a festival. So like you got like yukata and stuff, and I think the story is based off of some Japanese legend, and it's like going to be very foresty. It seems like the Japanese countryside because they mentioned like rice paddy fields and stuff like that. So that sounds pretty awesome, actually. The next one, the second one, the Indigo Disc, is going to be like, it feels like the tournament arc.
Yeah.
You're like an exchange student at like a sister school, and they're very like battle focused, and their whole school is underwater.
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah, sure, whatever. But the legendary looks very cool. It's called Terrapagos, like Galapagos,
Okay.
but Terra orb and stuff. Terrestrialize. It's like a sea turtle, but its shell is like crystally. And
Oh, I have seen
you
this.
saw
Yes.
this, okay? Because
It does look
has
pretty cool.
every type on its shell, all the different Pokemon types, like little symbols for the types. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, that sounds awesome. Does this does this change type like on its own? Can it just do it at will?
Maybe like Arceus?
Like sort of like Arceus or Type Null or Silvally and stuff. I'm like, that's really cool. Anyway, very cool, very cool. And they mentioned there's going to be new Pokemon, sort of just like the Sword and Shield ones. There'll be Pokemon you couldn't previously find. And they only showed a couple examples. Whimsicott, Metagross, just a couple. And then like an hour later, everyone was posting on Twitter that all of them leaked already somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Every single Pokemon that's coming. So there's at least 230 new Pokemon.
Wow.
Not new, but like returning, I guess, in the game. So that's cool. And those could include brand new Hisuian, or not Hisuian, but Paldean forms. Because weren't there new ones in the Sword and Shield DLC? I feel like there were new Pokemon. But maybe that was just like
I can't remember, actually.
I think that was just the Reguliki and Regidrago, I think, is what I'm thinking of. But anyway, we'll see. Let's see. Other than that, I think that's about it. That's the DLC.
Cool.
There is some other new legendaries that showed for the Teal Mask. They're like other foresty spirit kind of things. I think it said that they're like the guardians of the island or whatever. And one of them is very popular on the internet already for being the ugliest Pokemon of all time. And now I kind of want to show you. Their names are really cute though. There's 3 of them, and they're very silly names. One of them's like Okidogi, which sounds like really big dog in Japanese because Oki, and he looks like a giant bear or something. But it also sounds like Okidoki.
Right.
And another one is the one I'm going to show you is this monkey one, which is called Monkey Dory, like Honky Dory.
Yeah.
Like I'm feeling honky dory.
Yep.
But he's a little monkey dude. And the other one,
the Japanese love their wordplay.
Yeah, exactly. The other one's like a pheasant bird thing, and it's like pheasantipity, I think, like serendipity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Very interesting naming conventions here. Okay. Dogars. Monkey Dory. Not Monkey Trio Pokemon. Gosh. Hang on.
We have enough monkey trios as it is.
We don't need more monkey Pokemon. Oh god, this is so awkward.
We're all waiting on the edge of our seat, Nicolai. The anticipation is killing me.
He does. He reminds me of like an NFT a little bit, or like the Gorillas, like the band.
Yeah.
This is Monkey Dory.
Yes, I agree.
It's not great.
It definitely makes me think of those things.
Yeah, it's not great. I'm hoping in practice he's a little cooler. I don't know. I don't know about that one.
That's all right. There's plenty of uncool Pokemon designs.
Yeah. Pheasantipity is a lot better.
Oh yeah, that is an interesting design.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
They all have like this purple thing going on.
Yeah.
With like these symbols. Let me see if I can find Okidogi. While I'm already here, there's the little forest sprite thing, and that's his mask that he's
Oh
wearing.
yeah, okay.
And this is great for an audio podcast.
Yep.
Go look it up. That's Okie Dokie. Yeah. That is a big bear / dog thing.
No.
So the only one I'm really excited about is the sea turtle one, because it's like the world turtle, and that's cool. Kind of reminds me of like, the turtle flying through the universe holding the 4 elephants that are holding up the world.
Yeah. It's turtles all the way down.
Turtles all the way down. That's what I'm talking about.
Or the lion turtle in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Discworld from Terry Pratchett's universe. Yeah. Anyway, what a presents, right?
Yeah,
oh man,
wow.
I was almost glad because I'm in the middle of 3 Pokemon games right now, and I'm like, well, at least I don't have a new Pokemon game to play. At least I don't have anything new to do.
I played Pokemon White 2 for all of 5 minutes. I
Oh.
think probably in the last couple of weeks.
Nice.
So there you go.
You're like, well, I'm done with that. Yeah.
I'm just really bored with it right now. But
Yeah.
anyway, instead of chipping away at my backlog, I was like, you know what? I need a new game.
Yeah.
No, I finally
Heck
decided
yeah.
to buy the campaign for Halo Infinite.
Oh yeah. Cool. How much is the campaign?
Like $60.
Okay. But isn't the multiplayer free?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I guess you just bought the game.
Yeah. Basically.
Gotcha.
So,
Halo.
Halo Infinite.
First of all, what'd you think of 5?
I did a total deep dive on it in
Okay.
an earlier episode
Okay.
months ago.
So good or bad though, just briefly?
Not good.
Not great, right? Yeah. In general.
This one was an improvement over Halo 5 and 4, in my opinion.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 4 had highs and lows for me, so I get that.
A big part of it was it was a lot more just fighting brutes and elites and grunts and stuff that instead of fighting weird Forerunner type
Yeah.
things.
Forerunner aliens and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I prefer fighting the Covenant as well. Feels right.
Unfortunately, with 343 Studios, they have never truly realized what it was that made Halo special to begin with, and they've continually pushed the wrong things.
Just missed it. Yeah.
They keep going, oh, this is what the fans want. Oh, this is what the fans want, and it's never true.
Never quite right. Yeah.
They were like,
shame.
oh, everybody loves Cortana. So we're just going to make her the
Cortana.
most important thing in the entire franchise.
Yeah. Dang.
And look, because like every game from 3 onward has, besides
like all about
like some of the
Cortana.
side games like ODST, has focused on her. And it's
Just no.
yeah, she never should have been that important.
Yeah.
And then making her go like, all
Go
right,
insane.
I've
I'm
awakened
evil.
these
Yeah.
planet killers, and now I'm gonna go around and enforce order in the universe. Like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
Like, what? Why? That's the direction this went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I totally see that.
and then the other thing was like they were like, okay, people think the Forerunners are really cool and interesting, so let's
they?
bring one into the game, and then you have Halo 4, and like, okay, I don't think anybody was asking for this, but okay,
This is not what we wanted.
and then they're like, oh, we'll bring back the Spartans in the books,
Yeah.
which the idea I hear that and I go,
Yep.
oh, okay, yeah,
idea.
no, I do like that.
and then
then-
that happened.
And then why? Why did you do it this way?
Why did it end up this way? Maybe I didn't want this.
Yeah, it turns out maybe yeah. Ugh.
I don't even
Anyway.
know what I want. I'm all messed up.
Yeah. So I think they made some smart decisions with Halo Infinite. They put you back on a Halo ring,
Oh, cool.
which frankly, that is one of the best parts of the Halo games is
I mean,
being on the Halo ring.
it is called Halo. After
Yeah,
all.
it is called Halo. They were able to leverage modern graphics, and so it looked great.
Yes.
And
It is a
the Halo
beautiful
rings
game.
look cool already. Like even in Halo 1 they looked cool.
Yep.
As cool as they could make
I
them.
mean, looking
back
up and
then.
seeing the arc
Yeah.
going up is always awesome.
Yeah.
It's a great skybox.
And then like I said, you're fighting brutes, elites, grunts, which is a nice return to
Good.
form.
Yeah.
The gameplay is a little different than any Halo game that's really come before it. And I know I've played other games like this, and I'm struggling to remember which ones do this. But
Okay.
while you're in the overworld, there's kind of you have this map that you can pull up of the area you're in, and you have like waypoints and objectives
Okay.
to complete. Like there are bases to destroy, bases to take over, high priority targets to take out, and like each area has its own like set of these things, and you also have like mainline storyline
Specific missions
as well.
Yeah, that sounds like a typical semi-open world, basically.
Yeah.
Kind of like
And
Assassin's Creed almost.
Yeah, and this is supposed to be more of an open world game because, of course,
Yeah.
that is what is in right now.
All games are open world. Yeah. That almost sounds like, it reminds me of a few later Sonic games too, actually.
Well,
oddly enough.
and so, like,
But-
frankly, this kind of reminded me of Breath of the Wild in some
Sure.
cases because,
Beautiful
especially
open world,
the fact that I kept having to climb up high places,
Oh, really?
which is something you do a lot in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
or at least,
and not something you do in Halo
Yeah,
usually.
no.
So can you like climb?
No,
or
but you're just like
going up slopes?
walking up and jumping up and finding like which part of the mountain has just a shallow enough grade that you can actually walk up it.
Interesting. Okay.
Now, thankfully,
Weird
the Master
Halo
Chief has
game.
always walked very quickly.
Yes.
So traversing really long stretches of land actually doesn't take all that long.
That's good.
And you do get a decent number of vehicles, although I found their ability to traverse uneven terrain worse than in any other Halo game.
Yeah.
It was like,
Dang.
this small rock is preventing me from
Impossible.
moving
It's
forward.
impossible.
I cannot fit between these two trees, and these two trees are indestructible. Therefore,
course,
I cannot continue.
Sorry.
The number of times that happened was frustrating.
Yeah. Your warthog.
The number
is
of
not ward enough.
invincible objects was weird. Like
Okay.
I was used
Like
to
every
how
object.
destructive the environment was in
Gen.
Halo 2
Pokemon.
and 3. Like how
Yeah,
many
you-
things you could destroy, how many things you could
You could at least move
punch out of your
stuff.
way.
Yeah, you could
There
move
was so
stuff.
many objects that were just fused to the ground and and indestructible.
Yeah.
That like navigating around them was difficult, and I think that was to keep you from just like taking a warthog everywhere. But it was
You're like,
a little
but I-
too much.
but I
so,
wanna take
to
my
the point where
warthog
it's like, wow, I feel like I can't even really fully utilize these vehicles.
Okay.
I did use a tank whenever I possibly could.
Huh? Sheila.
There, oh, they called that out. So
Really?
yeah. So
What?
there's this guy flying around in a Pelican who desperately wants to leave all this and go home. But you're all like, no, we have to kill all the brutes first. We have to stop their, we have to end their control over the ring so that they don't activate it and wipe out Earth. And so
Important.
he's constantly freaking out and just like because he's just a normal human and there's brutes everywhere trying to kill him. So
That sounds annoying.
yeah. But anyway, whenever you capture a forward operating base, you can have him drop off a vehicle for you. And as you progress through the game, they get better and better until you can get a Scorpion basically whenever you want it.
Nice.
Like anytime you go to a forward
you can
operating
just
base,
upgrade
you
your
can just have
UAVs and
him
stuff,
drop
yeah.
off a Scorpion for you.
Nice.
And so I abused
Airdrop.
those heavily. I played the game on easy, and I'm glad I did. It was enjoyable going through
Easy.
a power fantasy again.
Yeah.
Like just being able to kill everything.
Yeah, I'm
and-
Master Chief and I'm
yeah.
indestructible. Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, it definitely made the game more fun. I could see this game being extremely frustrating on
Yeah.
Heroic or Legendary.
Which I think is the point of Halo and Legendary. So
Yeah.
It's just to be brutal. So.
And some of those high priority targets, they just had a ton of health. So you're just peppering them with bullets just constantly.
Dang.
But,
what are these targets? Are these people or like
they're
brutes or?
It's just like a grunt, a named grunt
Oh,
or
okay.
a named elite who's like has a rap sheet of he's killed all these UNSC soldiers.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Or he's known for torturing people before he kills them, or this stuff. There's like 16 total.
Okay.
Yeah. And I loved just rolling in with a tank and just one-shotting them. Like, well, he's gone.
All right, well, he's gone.
Let's clean up the
You're
rest
welcome.
of the guys.
Taken care of. Anyway, you were going to mention a red versus blue reference in there or
Yes.
something?
So anyway, the guy who drops off vehicles for you, one time I've had him drop off a Scorpion, and he's like, her name's Sheila.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yep.
Oh, that rules.
Speaking of red versus blue, playing this game made me want to watch it again.
And I know
so
you're
I've been watching
about 9 seasons into it, so.
I forgot how long red versus blue is.
Heck yeah.
And like
Super
I haven't
long.
seen past season 10, so I don't even know
Yeah.
anything that happens after that.
Sweet.
But,
And his mother enjoying it as well.
Yes.
She seemed to be, so.
Yeah. It's funny. The first couple of seasons aren't as funny as I remember.
Oh, yeah. It's old internet humor.
It has not aged well.
Yeah, internet humor has changed a lot.
Yes, it
At
really
the time,
has.
it's the funniest thing in the world. Yeah. And if I was like even Homestar, which I'm like really nostalgic for, so I still think it's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
But if I watched it now, completely like I don't know, I wouldn't like it as much probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it still would hold up some, I think, but yeah, old internet humor.
Yep. So Cortana is still
Evil.
a part of the game. So here's I'm just gonna get into spoilers for the game. So if you haven't played the game yet and you don't want spoilers,
I guess
pause
turn
the
it off.
episode, buy the game, play it, and then start
and then
that
play the
back
episode
over.
again. So if that was you, welcome back. I hope you liked the game. I hope that was a solid 40 hours for you.
Yeah. So, I believe if I have the timeline of events correct, which it's one of those ones that isn't completely in chronological order.
Yeah.
You're figuring out what happened throughout the game. So,
Yeah.
So
It was a few years after 5, isn't it?
yes, definitely. So Cortana's been kind of wreaking havoc, and you tried to stop her. And your plan the plan to stop her was to create a copy of her and use that copy to help lock her down, which failed, but because this brute captured her.
Okay. How do you capture an AI? But okay.
Halo logic.
He got the chip or whatever.
Yeah. And his name was Atriox.
Ooh.
And so the game starts with Atriox like beating the crap out of you and then
Heck
throwing
yeah.
you out an airlock.
Nice. Bye, Master Chief.
He's like, the last thing you will ever see is Atriox. And then apparently he dies, and there's no explanation
awesome.
as
He
to
just died.
how or when. He's just already dead by the time you wake up. Anyway.
Great.
At one point, apparently, I think Cortana blew up the Brute homeworld.
Oh,
And so that pissed off Atriox.
probably.
And so that's what led him to throw Master Chief out the airlock and go, there, Cortana, you blew up my planet. I killed
Master Chief. I killed your boyfriend.
Boyfriend, yeah.
And you're his boyfriend.
Yes.
Sorry.
That makes you a gay robot.
Haha.
So you discover this copy of Cortana who doesn't realize she's a copy of Cortana.
Of course.
She thinks she's like similar to Cortana in many ways, but she doesn't realize that she's an exact copy.
Is her name Cortana?
No, her name, she doesn't have one at first, so she just goes by, you just call her Weapon.
Weapon.
Yes.
Wow.
And she was designed to be deleted at the end of the mission. And so when you find her, she's like, well, I'm ready to be deleted. And he's like, nope,
I'm
I
ready.
need you.
Just kidding.
So you just go around using her exactly like you would Cortana in Halo 1 or 2. You put her on the platforms to open all the doors for you.
Right.
And
She's R2D2. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it's voiced by the same lady, but you can tell
Probably.
she changed her voice up a little
Changed
bit.
it up a little
it's
bit.
just a little
That's
different.
nice.
Yeah, and she looks just a little different. She still
Okay.
looks like Cortana,
I mean,
but not exactly the same.
also she looks different in every game. So
Yes, I know.
there's that.
She has big teeth.
Oh, okay. Big
Yeah.
teeth Cortana in this one. Cool.
Like
A real toothy
that
Cortana.
stood out to me. Like that this 3D model has very noticeable teeth.
She's really the Giada De Laurentiis of Halo.
Yes.
Lovely.
Actually, come to think of it, there were a few characters where I was like, I really noticed their teeth.
Man,
you guys put too much
game's got
detail
teeth, man.
into their teeth.
If
Anyway.
I could say one thing about Halo Infinite is that they got teeth.
So there's the leader of the brutes as you're going through is Escharum. And he has all these little messages for humans and for the Master Chief about
going
how
to kill you
how
all.
we have already won, and you're and so it's like
Good for them.
stuff that teenage me would have thought this is
This is
so
cool.
brilliantly written. This is amazing. And I'm just like,
Shut
man,
up.
you can just string together a bunch of words and make them sound like cool, but there's zero substance to
No
them at
meaning to
all.
this whatsoever.
You're just saying,
Shut
oh, we're so
up.
cool and we won, just in different ways with different words.
So poetic.
You find all these little audio logs throughout the game, and some of them are
Sounds like Borderlands a little too.
yeah, and some of them are like UNSC ones, and some of them are so the group isn't called the Covenant because no, they're an offshoot. They're
course.
the Banished.
Oh, the Banished.
It's just like the
That's cool.
First Order, not the Empire.
Yeah, we're the First Order. Heck yeah. We're the evil. Well, the Covenant became good, sort of. So
Yeah, but like
That one time.
apparently didn't matter at all
Yeah.
because every game starting with 4, the Covenant is bad again because
Brian, the
like,
story's perfect. Don't.
who's going to be the bad guy if the Covenant is good now?
Yep.
There are
Flood.
no
They're always
flood.
bad.
There is no flood in this game.
Oh, what happened to the Parasite? Hasn't reached that ring yet.
I think Parasite died in Halo 3, but
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
yeah.
Makes sense. Flood around. The zombies never end.
Yeah. But there's this creature named Harbinger
Oh.
who is apparent who was talking about something even worse than the flood.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's the other thing is
Of course.
this ring is different from the others because
This ring is special.
why?
It's
You
the
didn't
infinite.
have to do that,
This is
but
the
okay.
infinite ring.
Yeah. And so there's this like the Reformation and there's
Halo always uses these words that
Yeah.
I love actually 'cause that is very Halo. Like
oh sure, absolutely.
the
I won't
architect
deny that at
and
all.
the
Yeah.
all these like cool sounding nouns.
but yeah, there's
for
this-
everything.
I guess this group of aliens called the Endless, and they've been
Oh.
trapped because the Forerunners were afraid of them, and so they trapped them on the ring. And Harbinger's like trying to release them, but then you kill her, and then they don't get released. And then,
Nice.
like, wow, that was a lot of
well.
build up for nothing.
I won, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I was glad when I finally killed Escher, and I'm like, oh, thank goodness, I don't have to listen to him
Shut
anymore. Just shut up already.
No, I'm so cool. I'm telling you, we're gonna win.
Yeah. Now, after the credits roll, you're just like dropped off, and you can just like keep playing.
Oh, okay. So you can do side quests and stuff if you wanted
yeah.
to, I guess.
But like, I had done so much of the side
Okay.
quests already, like I didn't really feel the need to go and find every little audio log or
Yeah.
every little thing. So you also have these abilities, like you have a grappling hook,
Ooh.
which that is extremely useful for getting you up to high places. So
That makes sense.
there were a few other abilities. I didn't use any of them. I just kept the grapple hook the whole game.
Nice. Heck yeah. Why mess around when you already have the grappling
The
hook?
grapple hook is too useful.
That's funny.
It's very helpful with capturing enemy vehicles. You just grapple to it, and it's like an automatic. You get that vehicle now.
Nice. This is mine now.
So I did that when I was fighting one of those high value targets. It was a brute in that brute vehicle with the wheel in the front. Chopper.
Yeah, the choppers.
Yeah, chopper. Because he killed me
cool.
like 3 times. I'm like, ugh. So
Choppers are
then I
strong.
read up that you could take
Just
over a
grapple it.
vehicle by grappling. I'm like, oh really?
Like,
So
what?
I grappled that. There were actually 2 of these brutes. One in a chopper and then one on like a high tower shooting. I capture the chopper, kill the first one, and then kill the other one with the chopper and kill
Yep.
all the other
Heck yeah.
things around it. Vehicles were very
Vroom.
nice to have in
Yep.
that.
That sounds like Halo. That's good. Yeah.
So, yeah, like, the combat was a lot more like what I expect from Halo,
Yeah.
and I like that.
Because it reminds me of the Storm. There was a lot of, in Halo 3,
Yeah.
a lot of chopper use and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I love that. Great level.
And once I found the battle rifle equivalent, because for some reason all the weapons have new names, but they're basically
course.
the same as they always were.
Yeah.
Once I found the battle rifle equivalent, that made everything better because
BR
it is
is always
still the
good.
best weapon in the
BR
game
still
ever
rules.
since Halo 2.
I really became a fan of the DMR in Halo 4,
Yeah.
but that's because I liked Halo 4 combat more than you, I think.
Well, the thing is,
I like Halo 4
in Halo
combat a
2
lot.
and 3, the battle rifle is good at both medium and long range.
Right.
And even kind of short range. It's super versatile.
Yeah.
But in Halo 4 and later, they, or I
nerfed.
think Halo Reach and later, they
Yeah,
really
it's
wanted
nerfed a lot.
to make a distinction between long range and mid range.
Yeah.
And so that's why the DMR is way better in long
Way
range
better,
and
yeah.
battle rifle in mid range.
Yeah, I think
but
I feel like BR loses all accuracy at long range. Like, yeah, it's like impossible. Like,
But it
SWAT with
didn't in
BR is
Halo 2 and
terrible.
3.
Right, no, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, BR and Halo 4 and SWAT is terrible.
But I think in this, I didn't see any real equivalent to the DMR in this game, so I'm pretty sure they just decided, no, you know what, it was fine having one rifle. So
Cool.
there was also like a variation on the assault rifle that was like, you remember the saw,
Oh,
the
yeah.
super overpowered
Insane, yeah.
thing? Like, imagine that, but nerfed to the point where it's only slightly better than the assault rifle.
Okay.
And that's what this weapon basically was.
Gotcha. So fast shooty, but not great.
Yeah. It's just like, it was kind of like something in between an assault rifle and a battle rifle.
Okay.
In a way. I don't know.
But not a DMR.
Yeah. No, because
That's one
like,
powerful shot, right? Yeah.
right.
Single
and the
shot
DMR
per-
is again like long range focused,
Right.
and this is more a mid range weapon for sure.
for sure.
But yeah. And yeah.
That's it. That's Halo.
That's pretty much it.
Is like
yeah.
the Needler in it still?
Yes.
Okay.
Needler's still in
That's
it,
good.
and it's exactly the same
That's
Needler you
classic.
always knew.
I feel like you can't have a Halo game without the Needler. So
Yeah. I liked the Needler in Halo 2 because it wasn't a single Needler wasn't so overpowered.
Wasn't very scary.
You needed 2 to really
3 and 4, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
So
well, even in 1 it's pretty just like pretty
didn't
much
play
every
1
Halo
much,
game
so.
except 2. It's
yeah, they probably did that to focus on the dual wielding.
yeah.
It's Halo 2, so you want to have 2.
Right. Cuz Halo 2 was all about the dual wield.
Yeah. I feel like I remember seeing like fake rumors and screenshots of people having 2 swords in like Halo
Yeah.
2 or 3 leaks or something.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's so cool. Even though it's so stupid and
It's
pointless.
funny. Oh, you know what I realized?
love that.
I don't remember ever seeing a human shotgun.
Oh, really? Oh, I love the shotgun.
I'm sure they were there and I just didn't see them, but like I
I'm
never
a huge
remember
shotgun
seeing
guy
one.
in Halo.
And every time I picked up the sword, I was like, this is great and all, but I need range.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, in an open world sort of game, it's probably really.
Yeah, exact. That's probably
It's
a
too
big part of
open,
why I
yeah.
felt that way, but yeah.
In other Halos, it's like a lot of small corridors and stuff. Yeah. You're in buildings a lot.
I did
so-
have to reload the game once because a door wouldn't open.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
And like I found a ton of threads that
That's a
were
thing, yeah.
all about that particular
That
door,
door.
too.
That's funny.
So apparently that's
I feel like
pretty common.
I heard about that on like a podcast I
But
listened
like
to or something.
Halo
too.
Infinite's been out long enough to have fixed those
Yeah.
kinds of bugs. I'm
That
surprised.
should have been fixed. Yeah, that's weird. How big was the game? Do you remember gigabyte wise?
Big, but nowhere near like
The full
Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Which I just downloaded another 20 gigabyte
Yeah.
update for.
Heck
That's
yeah.
like a 300 gigabyte game now. It's ridiculous. It's the largest game I've ever owned
Yeah, that's
by
awesome.
a wide margin.
That's awesome. I gotta get I really want to get a bigger SD card. Speaking of, for my Switch, have more downloadable games. Yep. I still have yet to play the Metroid Prime remastered,
Yeah.
but I can't like. People are saying this is the masterpiece. Like this is a masterpiece of a game. Like
Yeah.
they took a game that was already amazing and made the perfect remaster of it. Basically.
Yeah.
Like it's like 99 on Metacritic and stuff. Like yeah, pretty crazy. So I definitely want to get into that. Yep.
Yeah. It is frustrating though. It's like when it comes to online purchasable games,
Right.
unless they have a discount available for them, it's just always the new price, no matter how old it is.
Yeah, for real. It's always retail. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in 5 years, if Halo Infinite is still for sale on the Xbox, it's still going to be $60.
Yep. It's this. I feel like AAA games especially have these weird sales though, where it's like, here's the $60 game for $20, if not less.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's rare that that happens on the eShop or whatever. Yeah, especially Nintendo games.
Yeah, it's not like with Steam. It's like,
Yes.
oh, by the
everything
way,
is-
here's
it's
4
$1.
games for $3.
Yeah, for real.
And all of their expansions.
It's so funny because I follow these Twitter accounts that post deals and sales of games and stuff. And it'll be like, hey, this is on sale for the Switch. It's $30 right now. And then it'll be like, the exact same game is on sale on Steam for $3. Like literally the same game. Like that's unfortunate. Because I will always be a Nintendo person, so that's
Right.
Dang.
It's the Nintendo tax.
Nintendo tax. Yep. Yeah, I've yet to get the Persona games too, but I haven't had time to play them anyway. So
Yeah.
they're only $20 though each, which is really nice. Persona 3 and 4. Yeah, I still need to get into that. A lot of games. Anyway, that's what you've played, yes?
Yeah,
about it.
that's pretty much all I've played. So we with all the snow we got
a ton of
on
snow.
Thursday and Friday.
We did.
I just
like most of the country.
yeah, I called out from work like my car only has front wheel drive and I live on a
not
hill.
gonna happen.
So because
Yep.
first we got snow and then we had freezing temperatures overnight and so it froze over.
froze over
and
completely.
so yeah.
Yep, it was cool. My wife got to work from home that whole week, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got 2 solid days of being able to play Halo Infinite
Just playing Halo,
as
yep.
much as I wanted. So I
Nice.
I put in like 18 hours
Yep.
of that game over just 2 days.
Yep. So I got randomly inspired. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was thinking of like Legends Johto coming out possibly, which of course was not announced,
Right.
or something like that. But I pulled out my 3DS and I played the downloadable Pokemon Crystal on there. So that's what I've been playing. I've never played Crystal before. Have you ever
Me
played
either.
Crystal
I've never
before?
played it.
Okay. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It has the moving sprites,
Right.
which blew my mind. I didn't think that was a thing until like Gen 4 or something.
I think it was the first one to have that.
Yeah, it definitely was. So there's that. There's a lot of new sprites too.
And I think that kind of set the precedent for the third game has moving sprites now.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think did Emerald have that? I wonder.
I believe so.
Did it? Okay, I don't
think
remember.
Emerald,
I played Emerald, but I don't remember.
and
I know Platinum does. Yeah.
Platinum and Heart Gold Soul Silver did?
No, it does not.
No.
It does
I'm
it?
thinking.
No, it does. They like move a little bit.
Yeah, I can't remember now.
Now I can't remember.
There was a so if you go on like Bulbapedia and you look at like
Yeah, you can see
Venusaur or
them.
Charizard, there's a thing that shows all their sprites from every game, and you can see which ones move.
Yeah. So if you're wondering, go do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's a few other improvements too. I like how when you transition into a new town or route, the like name will pop up at the bottom, stuff like that. Little things that definitely improve it. Much higher Pokemon variety, which I always like. And one of my favorite things to do in Gen 2, I have a really weird love-hate with Gen 2 because I really like it in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And then it like makes me not like it. And I feel like it's its fault completely. And I'm like, I'm trying to love Gen 2.
Right.
And it's making me not. Like, what is wrong with it?
The problem is they have this very interesting region.
Yeah, the region's
with
great.
a lot of really cool Pokemon. And then they ruin it with and then they had the special attack, special defense split. They added steel type and dark type. They added day and night cycles. They added a lot of interesting things to this game, and they ruin it with poor Pokemon variety in the early game.
Yep.
And terrible movesets.
Yep. So I think some of the movesets were improved. Maybe not that. I think
I'm not sure they changed much at all for Crystal, but
I feel like there's like more TMs, or at least you get them in better times. Like they change when you get some TMs, I think, possibly. Something like that is improved because I feel like I'm not having as hard of a time with that as I did before. Basically, what I love doing in Gen 2 is getting all 3 starters.
Right.
Which is very easy to do in a duplication glitch, basically. So from the very beginning, you can do like this PC storage glitch where you can switch boxes and then reset your game while it's saving, and you can just the word you can replenish, replicate. Sure, that'll work. You can make a copy of the Pokemon. There's a word I'm thinking of, I swear.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, I got all 3 starters, which is great. I love all 3 starters in that game. Like Totodile, one of my favorite water starters. Chikorita, one of my favorite grass starters, you know. And then I wanted to get a Furret, too.
Okay.
Because Furret is just one of the cutest Pokemon of all time.
Yeah. I like the life-size Furret
I know.
doll.
I mean, Furret's just so cute.
Or not
So
doll, but
I was like, I'm going to use a Furret, and then make an Espeon, because Espeon rules. That'll be my team, you know? And Sentret sucks. Sentret is so bad.
Yeah.
But then you get a Furret, and you're like, this is not bad anymore. All of a sudden. It's really fast, and its attack is okay, actually.
Furret, I think, started the trend of like, you had Sentret and Furret, and then Zigzagoon and Linoon.
Linoon, yep.
Linoon. And then
Bidoof, of course.
Bidoof and Bibarel.
Yeah. It's like, I guess they're similar to Rattata and Raticate.
Yeah, sorta.
Sorta. I feel like they're different, yeah.
Yeah.
Gen 5 has the worst. I hate Watchog. I hate that Pokemon. I just don't like it at all. But anyway, where was I going with that? Oh, and I decided to cheat more. Because
why not? With the older games, that's part of the fun. Just cheat.
because it gets rid of the frustrations, basically. That's all I'm doing with it, is that I'm getting rid of things that are fixed in later games.
Yeah.
Through quality of life improvements and stuff. So using that same duplication glitch, I got all of the proteins and calciums I could ever want. So I'm actually EV training my Pokemon.
Yeah.
So I actually got to give them max EVs for attack and stuff. So they're not atrocious. They're not complete trash. And I have enough money to just do things I want to do, basically. Yeah. And I did it with rare candies, but that was only to get rid of grinding, essentially. Because I do have to. I feel like I really have to do that in early gens, especially when you have a full team. Which,
well, yeah,
which you
definitely.
agree
If you
with
have a team of
completely.
6, for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. So,
I feel like that's true all the way up until Gen 6.
yeah, I mean, pretty much. Yeah, Gen 6 was where it was like everyone was like, "This game's too easy,"
Yeah, it's because they
which
finally
was
made
the
it so you
XP
don't
share.
have to
Yeah,
grind anymore.
exactly. Yeah, I liked that though in that game how you could turn off the XP share if you wanted to.
Yeah.
That was kind of nice too. But anyway, yeah, with EVs, it really helped getting my Espeon too. I made it insanely easy because I just bred an EV so that I could, because they start at 120 base happiness then
Right.
when you breed them, and then I just filled it with calciums and carbos, I think, to raise speed and special attack. And then that like maxed its friendship because those give like 3 friendship, I think, per vitamin you give it. So Espeon was super easy.
It's
I got
funny.
it.
I only did breeding in Gen 2 and then not again until Scarlet Violet.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I got into breeding. That's a weird sentence. Um, I guess in X and Y. Yeah, I did it in X and Y a lot.
Yeah.
I actually shiny hunted, I think, one Pokemon in X and
That's
Y.
one thing I've just never done in the games is
Yeah.
shiny hunt at all.
Yeah, I like shiny hunting, so I know that's
I've still
not
only
really
caught
your thing
like
at all.
maybe 4 shinies total ever.
Yeah.
So
It's quite fun, honestly. Yeah. Anyway, basically, I'm having a pretty good time with Crystal. It's actually quite enjoyable. With that, it's less like grindy and like sluggish, and having such a cool team helps.
yeah.
I did get a Crobat just for fly, just for
Yeah.
the fly HM, and just because Crobat's cool. So
Yeah.
I caught him in a friend ball, which actually work in Crystal.
Huh?
So if you catch them in the friend ball, they have 200 friendship immediately, which is like insane. So I got a Crobat in no time.
I'd actually love to play Joda with with Chikorita as my starter.
Yeah.
But
I love Chikorita.
I feel like I'd miss having fire a lot.
Yeah. I mean, you probably just have to get a flying type, which is similar.
Well, the
But-
problem is steel types.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
true.
That's what that's one of the big reasons to have a fire type in that
Yeah.
game.
I feel like ground covers that pretty well too.
It does, unless you're fighting a Skarmory, but
Yeah, that's true. Skarmory.
yeah. But I guess if you have an electric type, you're good. So
Yeah,
think-
I don't think steel resists electric.
yeah.
Or does it?
Or if it does, it just means it's normal damage
Normal.
instead. So,
Yeah.
but even
Oh,
so,
one thing really cool about Furret.
Mm-hmm.
So good physical attack, and it can learn Shadow Ball.
oh,
And as you know, before
oh right,
Gen
because
4,
Dark was
Ghost. Shadow
Or
Ball.
Ghost.
Shadow Ball's Ghost.
Shadow
But-
Ball is Ghost. I'm thinking of,
Dark Pulse.
I guess,
don't
yeah,
know.
Dark Pulse.
Anyway, Shadow Ball, physical, because
Yep.
Ghost is physical, which
Right,
is so
yeah,
insane.
Because Dark is special. So
but
yeah,
fantastic.
Uh-huh.
So he's great against Ghost and Psychic types. So
no. Also, Ghost types can't affect him.
exactly, he's
Yeah.
immune to Ghost attacks. Although in this game, most Ghost types use either Dark or Poison moves.
Right.
Because
there
it's
still
still
weren't
old.
very many Ghost moves, but
Yeah,
yeah.
they did add Shadow Ball, thank God, something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's really cool, actually. Yeah, I've got some pretty good types spread, actually. So yeah, and having all 3 starters is just awesome because they all work. They hit their niche really well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for Alligator's annoying a little bit because he has really great physical attack.
Mm-hmm.
But so all of his water ice moves aren't very useful.
Right.
And Meganium's really defensively strong, but its special attack isn't great either.
Yeah.
Typhlosion, great special attack, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Typhlosion just has great stats all around. It's
Yeah.
part of the reason I always chose him.
He is.
But yeah.
I
Even
think
though
I'm-
his moveset was garbage.
It is. In this, though, this is crystal only. I remember this. So you can buy the punch moves in the Goldenrod City department store.
And get Fire Punch for
You get
Typhlosion
Fire Punch,
or whatever.
and
yeah.
Typhlosion can learn Fire Punch, and
Nice.
it's 75 base power with 100% accuracy.
Yeah.
And it's way before he learns Flamethrower, so it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's really nice.
because I remember learning Flame Wheel, and I'm like, oh, good, finally something other than Ember, and it's not.
It's only 55.
Yeah.
It's so terrible. Yeah, I can't believe that. Yeah, you get Surf immediately, basically for Alligator.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, Bayleaf doesn't. I still only have Razor Leaf for Meganium.
Yeah, I mean, Razor Leaf's a good
Razor
move.
Leaf's good. I mean, especially because it hits crits more often. But still, I'm like, I could use something else here.
Yeah.
I wish Energy Ball was in the game or something, you know? Yeah. But yeah, so it's been pretty fun actually. I'm at the 7th gym now. Just got the red Gyarados.
Yeah.
Yep. It's the levels are really weird in those three gyms, the fighting, steel, and ice gyms that are all like in a row like that, because they're all like the same level.
Yeah.
They're all like around 30, and I feel like it's really low.
Yeah,
But I think they were just keeping Kanto in mind, maybe.
Yeah, it's the same
only
problem
half
that
the
they
game.
had in Kanto with the route 17 through
Right.
19, and then like 12 through or 13 through 15.
With Koga and Erica,
Yeah, between on either end, on the two different routes to Fuchsia and Silphco,
Right.
all being the same levels.
yeah, because you
basically.
can, which is nice to be able to choose what you want to do, but yeah, makes one thing decently difficult and then the other two way too easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I feel really bad for this ice gym leader I'm about to absolutely destroy because I think my lowest Pokemon is like 36. I think his strongest is 28. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, sorry, I'm not even over. Like, that's not even because of rare candies. I'm just playing well. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny,
Yeah,
but it's not bad. It's been pretty good.
I've said this 100 times already, but it's the level curve is one of the biggest things I would want to change in a ROM hack or whatever. Which, I mean, there are ROM hacks that have already done that. It's just a lot of them change a lot about the game. I don't really want to change a lot about the game. I just want to fix the level curve.
Yeah, I think what the Sword and Shield DLC did was cool, and we'll probably do it. They'll probably do that with Scarlet Violet too, and then it does have like a level. It sort of goes with you, your level. I think it's based on what gym badges you have, what level things are. Because in Sword and Shield you can do the Isle of Armor from the beginning of the game.
Oh,
4 gyms.
okay. I didn't even think about that.
But when you
yeah.
go, everyone's like level 12
Yeah.
and stuff. It's really weird. I did that on like a second profile, and I remember fighting Avery, whatever, in the Isle of Armor, and yeah, his Pokemon were like level 12, and I'm like, this is really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is like a level scaling a little bit.
Interesting. Yeah, I like with Scarlet Violet, I was like, ooh, you guys are close to what I wanted.
Very close.
Where because you can go whatever direction you want. The problem is that the levels don't change
Are
with
set,
you.
yeah.
And I'd love it if they did. And like you don't have to make it super smart about it either. They don't have to like level exactly with you or anything. It can be based on badges. It can be based on the level of your highest Pokemon, of your lowest Pokemon, or whatever, or
Something
average.
like that,
But like, but yeah, or it could even just be based on the number of badges you have.
Yeah, I think that's the simplest way to do it. So,
Because they already tie a lot of other things to badges
Yeah.
anyway, so it makes sense to do that.
yeah,
And just like, and
What-
again, like when you watch Pokemon Origins, and
that's
he like
exactly what I was about
yeah,
to say.
and he
It's
pulls
just
out
like what
the
he does in
different team
Origins. Yeah.
compositions. Like,
like-
that's exactly
Oh, this is your first gym badge? Okay, this is the team I'll have then.
yeah.
Instead of, oh, I'm your 6th gym leader. Okay, well, this
Yeah.
is my team
'Cause,
now.
like,
You're going to get
what
wrecked.
makes Brock so special with his level 13 Onyx
Right.
to be a gym leader?
The youngster next door has a stronger Onyx.
Yeah. The hiker in Mount Moon
Yeah, way stronger.
is just Brock with an extra Geodude,
Yeah.
basically.
Yep, very funny. It's like, oh, scaling. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
He knew you're a little kid and this is your first gym ever.
Also, I love the idea of just like every gym leader has 6 Pokemon, period.
Yeah, for real. Even if they're all super low level, I think they should have more Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's weird when there's like, it's like, oh, I have 2 Pokemon. Well, then of course I'm going to win.
Yeah, well,
I
it's
have
weird
6.
how many Pokemon games where the max team size until you get to the Elite Four is like 3.
Yeah. It's like
why?
interesting. Very interesting.
At least in Gen 1, your rival has like 5 Pokemon from fairly early on.
Yeah, he does. And it's some of the most challenging fights in the game, probably.
Yeah.
I think
I'd say so.
His fight at Nugget Bridge, one of the hardest fights in the game, probably.
Yeah.
Because it's shocking a little bit how strong he is compared to what you've been doing in Mount Moon and stuff.
Yeah, and depending on your team composition, it can be pretty hard. Yeah.
Because it's at least 4 Pokemon, I think, in that battle. So, yeah. And I like that.
Yeah.
I kind of am sad that the rival is never difficult.
Yeah.
In the last few games, but they still knocked out of the park with Nimona in general.
Yeah.
But still, she could have been harder.
I'm trying to remember.
I mean, Hop was a joke.
Yeah.
In Sword and Shield.
I'm trying to remember if I really had any hard rivals after Gen 1.
Yeah. I'm wiping the floor with Silver and Crystal right now. So.
Well, but thankfully with Silver, you felt really good about kicking.
Like, I don't even care that you won. I'm still the best. You're like, you're really not. I'm absolutely destroying you. I have no time for weak people.
Yeah,
all of your Pokemon are dead. What are you talking about?
Your whole team fainted. I literally one-shot every one of your Pokemon.
Yeah, so I'm really trying to get through these games I'm playing. Just get them done so I can play X and Y instead. Because that's what I really want to play.
Yeah, I need to find the patience to sit down and finish White 2.
Yeah, I got distracted by Platinum because I was really enjoying that. And then got distracted by Crystal. And now I'm in the middle of 3 games.
Yeah.
And I hate that. Yeah, I gotta actually finish one.
I want to find a way to play 2 instances of an emulator at once and play two separate
Pokemon games
at the same time. And just and I'd send the same controls to both game and just see how different it is.
Okay.
Like you know how I have a bug fixed Pokemon Red?
Oh yeah.
Have a regular Red and a bug fixed Red.
And do side the same. Side. Yeah. Okay. You're like, oh, this glitched here or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds interesting. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Try to figure that out. Let me know.
I know it's possible. I just don't know how difficult it's going to be to pull off.
Exactly. Speaking of 2 instances, I'm looking at Switch Lights, as you know.
Right.
Still. I just called the retro store yesterday, and they had 4 Switch Lights. Every single color except the dark blue one. Literally every color. Teal, yellow, gray, coral, everything.
Yeah.
Except the dark blue.
But
I'm going to get it. I refused. I almost gave in because I had my choice of any other color. But I said, no, I'm waiting because I don't need it right this second. I don't even have a big SD card for it yet. So, but I'm also looking at 2DSs. I'm looking at 2DSs.
I have one of those.
You do have one of those. I don't want yours anyway. Though,
right.
So.
I was smart. Color. I got the 2DS from the start.
Yeah. They're actually pretty cheap still.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see which one I want. It's really unfortunate because Japan and Europe got some really cool 2DSs. Like translucent blue and red for Pokemon Day or whatever. They have this really nice light blue one that came out for Sun and Moon, I think. Absolutely beautiful. But 3DS and 2DSs are super hard region locked. Insanely hard.
Yeah.
And so if I bought a PEGI European 2DS, I would only be able to play, EU games and stuff. Yeah. So I'm looking at the American ones. There is a really cool Zelda Ocarina of Time one that Retro actually has right now.
Yeah.
That I'm looking at. Maybe I'll do that one. That'd be cool. But I want to be able to play basically 2 different Pokemon games at once, basically. But I could even trade in between them and stuff.
Yeah.
So that would be nice too. So yeah, I'm looking into that right now. So more handhelds. I love handheld games. So I like consoles and things. I'm also considering my Rowlet shiny hunt again. That's all. That is all. Maybe someday. Maybe when I get the 2DS, that'll be my shiny hunting console where I'm just constantly resetting. Because have you ever seen shiny Fennekin?
I'm not sure I have.
It rules.
Yeah.
It's like a dark gray, almost black, with like fiery red tufts in its ears. I'm like, are you kidding me? That rules. Like it's like black and red and purple and stuff. Like it looks so cool.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Anyway. So.
And with that.
So I guess that's the podcast, huh?
Yep.
You're getting sleepy. It's okay.
Yes.
I must slumber as well, I guess. Unfortunately, I can't Pokemon sleep yet. So maybe someday. Yeah. Will you try Pokemon Sleep, Brian?
No.
Nah, man. I'll tell you all about it then.
Yeah. But don't Pokemon Sleep on our Twitter.
Oh, snap. The Brothers G pod on Twitter.
I'm pretty sure it's just the Brothers G pod. I don't think it's the Brothers G pod, but
trying to type that out, I dare you. The Brothers G pod on Twitter. Go right now. Go. Or else.
Or check out our subreddit r/Brothers Game Podcast. Actually, do it both. Do both.
Do both. Why not? And if you don't, you know what you are.
And please download on every possible device you can find.
Wherever
Even if it's
you're
not
listening.
yours, just download it everywhere you can.
Tell a friend. Be like, you guys want to hear these two guys complain about Sinnoh? Then you should watch. You should listen to the Brothers G podcast.
Brothers G podcast.
Yeah, we're the Brothers G.
Yo.
That's what I'm talking about. Wow.
Good night.
Good outro, guys. Go team.